chapter 10, verse 8, and into whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you.
Mhm. It's exactly about because all right. Dr. Mar, be a little more specific about what exactly is your question. What about this precept do you not understand? I'm going to let you give me the answer. Any other questions? Atlanta, you wanted to say something? No sweat. Asher, and give me another question while we're waiting for Kazak tomorrow.
Counselor, I also have the video if you want it with the breakdown.
In a minute. Later. When Jesus Christ walked the earth, when he was rolling with the 12 disciples, man, those brothers read the law, but never seen the Most High manifest himself in the flesh before Jesus Christ. Here's the key to understanding this breakdown. The thing that Christ did was the young men manifest in the flesh. He had sacrifice for his young men. Can you imagine the reward they had from being him every day, interact with people, sit down at a dinner? I remember going dinners with around. He's like, that was like, who? It's like you in with French. Everybody, tipping everybody, kind and asking to eat last, asking to serve last. Now, I've read scriptures about that. It's in Ecclesiasticus. I read that. I had never seen it before. I've never seen that before. I saw it then. Well, the disciples of Christ knew that when Christ walked with them, it was God. Who like Quashah? Quashah, I want you to give me the right word right here. There's only one word you will not do. Okay? Man, that was, and I'm going to let Quashah answer it. If he can't get it, just say you don't know. If you don't know, and I'll give another man a shot. Because the of God was shown to all of us through a person. A person did that. Why is that good news? Because godliness is no longer a mystery to me. I know how to do it. I just act like him. I just act like him. All right. Next. Próxima. Chantere Mystique. Man, that's like a X-Men. That if he did not cut the time short, there would be no flesh remaining. Jesus Christ could come back and it's two people in the school and feed you. When did I go to see you in prison? When were you naked and I did clothe you? When were you hungry and I did feed you? And then he shall say, when as much as you have done it for these, the least of them, my brethren, you have done it for me. There will be people that don't know why they're getting saved. You help that one brother we have in Harlem. Now you and your family are making the kingdom. And the Most High will train them there. Precept. Be 300,000 people in the school. Next year, there might be 2 people in the school. If those 300,000, if those four brothers and sisters in the school, because it's our mandate to do that. We have to go out there and save lives. So we're out there trying every day to get 144,000 men, praying that the Most High might say that's enough. These men, we're training them and making sure not to let someone in the school who is not godly, who doesn't want to be godly. And we're working hard to get 144,000 men, baby girl. Don't, he'll come. All right, everyone understands? Okay. Next.
Any question in the room?
Salakia, the one.
Shalom, warrior.
If I may, Joseph brothers sold them to the Egyptian. Am I correct with that? That it is a
In my
belief.
memory, that's what's in the Bible. I was.
Uh,
Well, what was your question about?
I'm grabbing the precept now, sir.
No problem.
I'm in Exodus chapter 32. So when we go to Exodus 22,
Sir, I don't know if you want to read it or you want me to read it.
I'll read it. Now, Asher. Can I have some precept showing that there will I now ask you, the Proud Boys and thousands of people went and broke in and defecated on Nancy Pelosi's desk, stole flags out of there, kicked in the door. It's a hell of a story. Can you get me the Cortez, that broad sister from New York, the congresswoman? She gives her the account, brother, her hiding in the bathroom stall. All these men were screaming her name to her. She's behind the door. It already has started. Find me that video too, Asher. All right.
Sir, if I may,
Go ahead, Warrior.
we arranged civil war in America. We had the Civil War. We had Waco, Texas. We had those other standoffs in those ranchers.
The Bundy Ranch, for Asher is trying to see is he needs precepts that it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen again. It's going to happen before Jesus Christ comes back, just like in the 1800s. Texas every year is going to secede from America. I think that
they did a movie about that, sir.
I didn't see it. Was that what is that what it was about?
It's called Civil War. It just came out today. It's about Texas, California succeeding the Union, and other states that support them, and it's in modern times.
I mean, to other countries, this happens all the time. In America, America is so stable in its oppression, it's hard to understand America being unstable. But America is falling. The stars of heaven are coming crashing to the ground. Civil war again. Let me just give them those precepts so I can move on.
So I have Zechariah 14.
Let me hear it.
It shall pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor.
They shall do what?
On the hand of his neighbor.
Everyone shall lay hold on his neighbor. They say it all the time about the Civil War. The Civil War, brother, again, the Civil War. Let's look at January 6th. You got that Nancy, that Alicia, I forget her name. OCT Cortez. What's her name?
I got it right here, sir.
Check this out, Hanai.
That impact was so doubled that day is because I think one of the reasons that impact was was so double that day is because of and racism that is so deeply rooted and animated that attack on the Capitol. You know, white supremacy and patriarchy are very linked in a lot of ways. There's a lot of sexualizing of that violence. And I thought other things were going to happen to me as well.
So what sounds like what you're telling me right now is that you didn't only think that you were going to die, you thought you were going to be raped.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I was.
And that you now understand, having thought about it, is because of your experience.
Yeah. Yeah. They come back in right away. And for me, I felt like those skills that I could survive, and my skills were to.
This woman had to hide behind a bathroom door. And she made herself so still that they were searching for her in the bathroom. And they couldn't find her. That's what she means about her skill. Because she got so frozen. So or check cashing place. She did that in her office bathroom in the Capitol building. Civil war is coming. It's coming.
Right.
If I may, sir, just a quick comment. It's interesting how
Yeah. Brother, it's not far-fetched. I mean, what you're talking about is what has been proven through psychological studies, man. Our oppressor is so violent that most of them, that penis will not get hard unless they're doing violence to somebody. A lot of them held to death. They have to, right? For some reason, in a black and white fraternity, somehow beating you also makes them put a dildo in your mouth. One to me, fraternity. In the middle of this stick beating, they're sitting on your face. Give me the movie. It was an excellent movie where they were hating somebody that is true to life. With hazing, I forget, it's a good with a white man sitting on some black man's chest. I only bring it up because you brothers in fraternities, that's what happened to you. You had to get down on your knees and suck a dildo because that's how you can prove your love for Omega Psi Phi. That's how you can prove your love for Alpha Phi Alpha, by bending over, pulling down a real Kappa man, because you're in your drawers, bent over while he pumps and humps your butt. Because a good Kappa man would, a Sigma man would do something like that. Listen, write in the chat room. Don't tell me your name. Write in the chat room if you're in your butt. fraternity boys remembered all that choreography. Maybe it was the dildos in your butt. Maybe
and in the world, I just try to steer clear of those type of distractions as described. Those I'm glad to be part of it. Um, Kwame Yashiro,
come Yasha. Give him a hand.
37 out of 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is what some blackity blacks are using to say there's contradiction in the Bible. Brothers sold them to the Ishmaelites, but then another verse it's saying that the, the media. This is Genesis 37 verse. I'll start at verse. This dreamer cometh, verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit. We shall see what will become.
Mm-hmm.
And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him and cast him into a pit. So instead of killing him, they cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water. Verse 5. They said, "Lift up eyes and look, and behold, a company." This is where the confusion start, right here, sir. Verse 25 and 26 says, And Judas said unto his brethren, prophet, and there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. So in this verse right here, I don't want, this is really where the question is. When it says, then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit. So what they're saying is that the brothers took Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites.
And what's the question? I'm missing something. Okay, what's the point here?
So
Let me ask you a question. If the person you're battling, it's like a random somebody on.
It's just I'm gathering all the contradictions.
As contradictions, what will they do?
What will they do?
Yeah, if it has it, let's say we'd be like, damn, it's my first time ever reading the Bible. You got me. I've never heard about this. What will they do if the Bible has contradictions?
Basically pushing that, we should throw the Bible away.
And do what?
They don't stand on nothing, sir. It's like black.
That's what I would start doing. I would start to ask them, if I say the Bible is stock full of contradictions from Genesis to Revelation. So now what are you going to do? Now they're going to be stuck there. I ask them this. If the Bible has no contradictions at all, what are you going to do? What will they leave out?
Nothing.
I would sleep. I really don't know what you even said, really, because it's just a pointless thing to go over. But people in the world make you go over this when this is on the defense to attack them. If I prove to you today that there's no contradiction, will you? If I say there are contradictions, what does it matter to you if the Bible has contradictions? What does it matter to you? If there are no contradictions, will you stop smoking weed? Will you stop having sex with women who have boyfriends? Will you stop eating pork and crab and lobster? Will you begin to forgive your brothers instead of harming them? Will you stop molesting children? Tell me, what do I have to gain to prove to you that the word of God is perfect and your mind is in contradiction? If I do it, what do I gain? Now, if he says, if the Bible was perfect in every way in his mind, he would still sin. He would still sin. If he says that, then I would move on. If he says, well, listen, man, if you prove me the Bible is perfect, I'll stop doing all these things. Then open the book and let's go. Other than that, what is this? Let me explain it to you in about a second. So where'd you get your jacket from?
Levi.
You got it from Levi?
From
that brother, you got it? Really? Is actually you got it from
Lasser.
Like Levi? Did Asher get jacket from you?
Sir.
Really? Man, what was it like when you made that jacket? How'd you get the zipper on there?
Good, sir.
The buttons. Was it hard dyeing that color? Was it hard to dye that color on that brother's jacket, Levi?
The embroidery.
Yeah, was that no the color? I just said the color. Was it hard to dye that jacket that color?
La, sir, because I did not touch it.
You what was it? But hold up. But he who got a you had a sandwich from a bodega today? Who you got? Who'd you get it from?
I got it from my Isupk brother.
Oh, damn. Chickens out back.
Sir.
He cured the meat in the upstairs room.
La, sir.
Would you listen to front of you?
La, sir.
You telling me
Whoever
listen,
bringing the chicken and
listen carefully, young brothers. All commerce is done through a chain.
concert.
Right? Everything. The potato chips, they didn't make the potatoes. They bought them something else. I want you just to begin what you said, Levi.
He ended up in a pit.
That's not where he ended up,
Oh,
Levi.
Ended up, Salakia, sir, in Egypt.
That's where they found him, right? His brothers, right?
Cause
Viceroy over Indian Egypt as being what you would call from the time he left his father and ended as viceroy in Egypt. How did he get there? Read it from the top, Levi.
He took him past a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted their eyes. Look, behold, the Israelites Gilead, their camels bearing spices and balm, and going to Egypt.
Where?
To Egypt.
To where?
Egypt.
To where?
Egypt.
What were they going to do with those spices and balm, Asher?
Can you repeat that, sir?
I'm sorry. I'm going to say Levi. What are they going to do with those spices?
Commerce, sir. To them.
Yeah, who?
To the Egyptians.
Right. The reason bring and the other one said the Ishmaelites,
Come on, sir.
because those are the wholesalers that sell retail to Levi,
The Egyptians.
the Egyptians. That's why he brings up those two, because they sell goods in Egypt. They gather this, they gather that, they gather Joseph, and they eventually bring their goods to Egypt, and the Egyptians buy. So the Egyptians are the ones who they're not the first person in the chain of commerce, just like the person that Asher is not the first person, even though he bought a jacket from you. You are on a chain of commerce when you sell your jackets. You understand that, Asher? When you sell that jacket, there's different companies that put the buttons on. They buy a jacket and they do this to it. They buy a jacket, they mark it up and they sell it. They buy the bread to someone that makes a sandwich out of that bread. You buy shoes to someone that puts something on the shoe to sell the shoe again. It's the chain of commerce. Who is in the chain of commerce for the sale of Joseph? Asher.
Good, sir. Yeah. Brothers, the meeting.
That's it. This merchants comes through. Look Oh, very short. It's the reason that Khazar because they were on this trade road, and the Arabs were fighting the Christians, and they wanted to do business with both of them, so they became Jewish, so that they would have respect of both Jews and Christians. Commerce is a chain, and so many people are on the chain. Eventually, there's someone at the end of the chain. He's the big money man. How did slaves get to America? Give me the chain of commerce.
The Africans captured.
Give me the nations in that trade.
They sent goods to Europe, the ships down to Africa, and brought the slaves to
In a trade.
And it,
Esau, who people in
in
America, Esau, with Esau. Before they ever came to Esau, they were sold to the Africans, who were sold to the Arabs, sold to the Americans. That our captivity to change Joseph's captivity. Levi?
Ishmael,
Go ahead.
like the brothers.
Don't add the brothers because they didn't get. They were the product. They weren't in the chain. Brothers of that's number one. Go ahead.
Ishmael
The
and
Arabs,
the Midianites.
Midianites.
and-
What nation is that? The Midianites. I forget what the hell they are. What are they? Iranians, Iraqis. I don't know. I forget. Generally, Hannah knows. Go ahead. 3.
And finally, the Egyptian.
Yeah, here we go again. People. Arabs are selling us into slavery with the help of our own brothers. That sounds familiar. It's the Bible has no contradictions. The Bible is just true, like it's true. Joseph went into slavery through a chain of commerce. The triangle trade is during the time of slavery. Those nations got together to end Joseph up in Africa, in Egypt. There's no contradiction. Now that we've done that, is he going to stop getting high?
Good, sir.
That's where I'm going. Go ahead.
If I may add on, I understand completely that chain, and that definitely helped me out.
Mhm.
Now, based on what I'm about to read here, can we eliminate the brothers, that chain of commerce?
Okay.
Verse 28 and verse 29. Genesis chapter 37, verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph to Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rent his clothes, and he returned unto his brothers and said, the child is not, and whither shall I go? So when they went back to get Joseph, he was in the pit.
Chain of commerce? No. Because if they didn't put him in that pit, then those wholesalers would have never been able to get free goods to sell. They sold him into slavery, his brothers.
Oh, come on.
They're responsible for it. It's like tying someone up and putting him on the train tracks. And then when the train kills him, you guys are going to free. Well, too late, nigga. He came and ran him over. He would have never been in that position if you didn't tie him to the train tracks. You're going to jail for murder because you put him in that hole that made it susceptible and easy for a slave seller to take him. When he was never in that hole, he would have never in the chain of curse. It's responsible. And let me accept, I apologize. I don't have time for this. Please find it fast. Where Joseph finally met them years later, his 11 brothers and their families are near starvation. They're near, I'm talking about the seed of Adam, Jacob, the seed of Abraham, is about to starve to death in the wilderness. And they finally decided to go to Egypt because Egypt was the last place that had food. But they didn't know the reason that Egypt had food is because their brother was there. And he was making the Egyptians prosper while the world went into famine. They went to Egypt. They went into Egypt, and there's their brother standing there. The brother they sold. Go ahead, Levi.
Genesis chapter 45, verse 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, if your brother whom ye sold into Egypt.
Whom you did what?
Whom ye sold into Egypt.
Whom you did what?
Ye sold.
And you're not getting out of this one. You can't get a man to the train track and then say, I'm going to get him out, but then train hit him. They did this. They're responsible for this. And he's right. I'm your brother. Come closer and come look at me. I'm the one you sold into slavery. Brother, you know, every time I read this, I get something that I've never felt. I know Commanding General Yohana has felt it. I know other men have felt it. They're getting dedication. Dedication is a powerful thing. And I always glory in your life when you got to see your enemies fall before your feet. And they agree that God was with you. I've seen Commander Yohana give money to his enemies. His enemies gone. And they could, bro, come here. Bro, you
to preserve life.
This is the spirit of Christ. This is it. This is it. You read this, but you very few times in life can see this happen. Can see someone do this. It's all kind of like this. Make you a. That's why you have your rank. But please don't think you've earned it, because you haven't. I'm going to see what you've done Passover night. All of you captains and 5,000s and camp leaders, I want to see your work walk through the Passover door. What have you done in a year? How many families you before pass? Huh? You and self, you can't get along with anybody, and you yell at people day in and stand to be around you because you're verbally abusive and you're a pocket tyrant. So what do you have? You haven't had a new man in 3 years because you men from coming in that camp, because you're not kind to them. You push men, but you don't lead men. You push them and step on them, but you don't lead them. So no one wants to follow you. Passover night, I'll see your value. I'll see who you came there with. No one. No more than last year. Maybe you don't need a rank like that. Maybe you're only a 5,000 because of General Yohana's love. Maybe that's the reason you're 5,000. Pray for his health and safety. Pray for it every day. Pray that he can always get up and put his boots on and give you love you don't deserve. You better pray for him. You better pray he's always at his desk, because I don't believe that we have anyone that can love as much as him. This man did it. Joseph said, I'm only here because the Lord wanted me here. Don't be afraid. Don't be sad. God wanted you to do it so I could be here this day to feed you. Keep reading.
Verse 6. For these 2 years have the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest.
There's not going to be any harvest. There's not going to be any ears of corn or any harvest. There's not going to be any. Keep going.
Verse 7. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth.
That's why I'm here, because you can't survive out there. This harvest is going on 4 more years. 4 more years. You'd be dead if I wasn't here in Egypt to make sure that there's food for you. Keep going.
And to save your lives by
To do what? To do what?
Save your lives.
That's why I'm here. So I'm not angry with you. I'm not vengeful or petty or vindictive about what you did to me. I'm here to save your life. Skip down to the apology. If you don't have it, I get it at the end, Levi. I gotta go. If you find it, Levi, raise your hand. Asher, come on.
Counselor, it's 8:37, sir.
Let me get 2 more questions. Let me know about cross the line. Unless I don't have any questions, let me know.
No, I have questions here for you, sir.
Go ahead.
I have a question online. This is from Officer.
I'll read it.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Gabar, the Water Warrior. Shalom, Yom Shabbat. Can I get a breakdown to Thessalonians 1, 4:19 to 12? No problem, Warrior. Go ahead and read it.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of God to love one another.
Keep going.
Concert. Verse 10. And indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
Hey, see me one more time with the chaser. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
Let me stop you. For time's sake, this camp, they understood brotherhood. They knew the scriptures that say it in Deuteronomy, love thy brother or love thy neighbor as thyself. They knew that. They practiced it. This is a camp. Every camp has their own attributes and their own detriments, meaning things that they do that are good, things that they do that are bad. Every camp is like that. Okay, and so you know things you should improve, things you don't need improvement on. This camp knew brotherhood. They had that. They knew that the Most High said to do it, and they did it in practice. But this is the thing that he wanted from them. This school in Thessalonia. Read that last part again, Tuana. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The end of verse. Hold on. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
Again, read the rest of it.
Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
So this camp had brotherhood, but what did they need work with, Thawam Gabar? What did they need to work on? They had brotherhood, but there's something they needed to work on. Let Thawam Gabar answer it. While I'm waiting for the answer, give me the next one. For which one, Levi?
For Joseph, the apology.
Oh, right, Thawada, go ahead.
Come on. So this is in Genesis chapter 50, verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, They said Joseph will peradventure hate us, and
We
will
say what? Read that again.
Joseph will peradventure hate
Yeah,
us.
man, we threw this cat into a pit. Merchants came and took him. Now we're starving to death. Our father is dead. Oh, now Joseph is going to be free to do whatever he wants to do to us. And he's going to hate us for what we've done to him. Go ahead.
And will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
What does the word certainly mean, Levi? Certainly. What does that mean?
That means for sure.
For sure. They go correct. Say that in Spanish, Ephraim. How do you say certainly in Spanish or for sure?
Claro means of course.
Claro. He will. Well, how would you say? You would say certainly. You would say claro. Claro. Good enough. Well, claro. He is going to pay us back. He is going to pay us back. Why? Because that's what they would have done in his place. You understand? They would have paid them back. And they're expecting Joseph to treat them the way that they would treat him if things were reversed, if the shoe was on the other foot. But they didn't understand something about Joseph, brother. Who Joseph, the son of this Joseph, is the stick of Joseph is in the hand of Ephraim. Joseph is speaking about the so-called Puerto Ricans, man. The Puerto Ricans who are the chosen people of God. That's who your father is, Joseph. This is the spirit in every Puerto Rican. This is your bloodline, Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Baricua, this is your bloodline. This is where you come from, Joseph. They said Joseph is going to pay us back for what we did to him. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, thy father did command before he died, saying, 17, so shall ye say unto Joseph, forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him.
Joseph cried out. Our father is dead, and before he died, he just asked one thing. Can you forgive your brothers? Can you forgive them for the evil they've done to you? How many times has the Most High asked this of us? And we do not give God what he wants. How many times has the Lord asked Chicago, forgive your brothers for what they've done to you? Forgive them. That's all I'm asking. How many times has he asked Harlem, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, forgive your brothers? That's all I'm asking. I'm not here anymore, but could you forgive them? I know they've done an evil thing to you. I know in Atlanta they've done an evil thing to you. In Texas, in Haiti, they've done an evil thing to you. In Jamaica and Trinidad, in London and Croydon, I know they've done an evil thing to you. In Brixton, but could you forgive your brothers for me, for your father? Joseph cried. That's the spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. That's it. That's that thing that supersedes vengeance. That thing, and that thing binds us all together. That thing is why we're here. Vengeance would have none of us be here because we all deserve to die. But forgiveness is why we still have a nation. And that forgiveness is because of Jesus Christ, brother. A black man from the tribe of Judah. That's the spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. The Bible does not contradict itself, brother. That spirit runs the Bible. That spirit is in Revelations, is in Matthew, is in Ezekiel, is in Genesis, is in Hosea, Habakkuk, and Zephaniah. That same spirit. That spirit is in Ecclesiasticus and in Tobit. It's there. You can read that. It's a river that runs through the Bible that causes us to love each other in the face of reasons we have to hate each other. Now, the Bible does not contradict itself. not at all. Now will you forgive him? Now you said this and went through this. Will you forgive him? We'll see. We'll see. Next question. Sawam Gabar, do you have my answer yet?
He's locked everyone to do their own business.
Read again.
Concept. Verse
Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that they study to be quiet and to do.
Read a little bit of what they do that's good. They don't need help with this thing. What's the thing they don't need help with? Do I got to say it, or do you know it already? They do not need help with what, Chicago?
Salaki, brotherhood, sir.
Brotherhood. They're fine with that. They got that down. Now read me the rest of it after the brotherhood part, Asher.
Yes, sir. Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
Before that, warrior.
Verse 10. And indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia.
Read right 1 second. Read right after the brotherhood part.
That ye increase more and more.
Read that again.
That ye increase more and more.
Read it again.
That ye increase more and more.
Here's what you have to do, Thessalonian. You got to increase, meaning what? You know how to love brothers. Now go get more brothers. That's what you have to go do. You know how to love the ones you have. You got that down. What you need to do is get more brothers to love. The other part of it. You can't just care for the men. That's beautiful. And brotherhood is what we need, and forgiveness. But we need more men to forgive, more brothers to love. We need to increase, Akim. And I'm going to see what you've done Passover day. I'm going to look at you and see all the camps out there, all you camp leaders. Oh, you big 5,000s and 10,000s. Let's see what you have. What have you done all year? Some of you take good care of the men you have, and that's great. And no one will ever say you don't have brotherhood. Well, you do also have increase. You got to go get more brothers. That's what it's talking about by increase, Tawam Gabar. You got to get more men. You got to grow your family. Grow it. You can't just tend to the one or two brothers you have. We can't get the kingdom like that. We're mandated to fish. We're mandated to grow. We have to grow. Let the angels decide what happens when Christ returns. But we're men, and our job is to grow like any other living organism. We have to multiply. We're mandated to do it. So first thing is you have to grow. What's the second thing? Asher?
So you want me to read the next verse, sir?
If you don't mind.
And that ye, verse 11, and that ye study to be quiet.
You got to grow, and you got to study to be quiet. You have to learn to watch your mouth. Let me tell you, one of the key things to fishing people is learning what not to say. You'll be an excellent fisherman if you can first learn to shut up, to be quiet. Before you know it, when you do speak, it's more impactful, and it fishes better than you just running your mouth and talking so much. Study to be quiet. You'll be a better speaker when it comes time to speak. And then with your speaking, you will grow. You'll get more men. You'll grow in number. Keep going.
Concern. And to do your own business.
And to do what?
Your own business.
Let me tell you another thing that you need to do to be able to grow. I'm sorry, Asher. You want to say something? Asher, you said something else just now?
Sir.
What was the last part?
And to do your own business.
Is there anything else after that?
And to work with your own hands as we commanded you.
What does it mean to do your own business and to work with your own hands? What does that mean? That tells you what they need to work on. They need to work on this thing, doing their own business and working with their own hands. What does that mean? I can tell you already what the problem with this camp is. All right, I'm gonna crystallize it. Because when you add this together, they don't want to work with them. They don't handle their business. The Bible says, do your business. Translate that into handle your business, and this will begin to come clearer to you. Okay? Benjamin, in headquarters.
So I was gonna say, they trying to do each other's works.
No, they're not trying to do each other's work. They're okay. Add the other one to it. Add this to it. Add to study to be quiet. Hold up.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it like kind of like the phrase? Are they just trying to delegate and be administrators? Trying to
Okay.
just give orders.
Delegate is not quite it. It's not crystallizing everything. Studying to be quiet. First of all, they don't fish. They don't increase. They talk when they shouldn't talk. They don't handle their business. They're not willing to do it with their hands. You see, someone that wants to handle someone else's business, they do want to work with their hands to do your business. So you got to add all of these together. It's only one thing. Levi, come on, try.
If I may, I don't know. I remember Captain Tazariak had said that to us one time. I don't know if that's the point.
Go ahead.
Is the point there? Don't rely, like, let's say this is the ISUPK we're reading about. So in the ISUPK, there's a reputation that was built. For us not to rely on that reputation and grow that reputation instead of just relying on what the seven heads and Abba Bibbins have, laid down. Is that
You're
the
right.
spirit of what's being said?
You're walking up to the door of it. You're walking right to the door of it. But I need it in one word. Zadok, you got the word? Zadok, do you know? If you don't know, tell me. It's one word. Benjamin.
Look, is it being a slugger, sir?
Now you coming, you trying to get inside the house now. You need to grow your camp. You need to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious. This camp is not ambitious. They're not. They're satisfied. They got a few men, enough men for camp, maybe. They're fine with that. They're good to go with that. They're talking and talking instead of measuring their words for effect. They're pushing and not leading. A leader is measuring his every comment to see, will these words motivate men? If my words don't motivate men, I don't say them. I shut my mouth. I only say what motivates men. And if it does not motivate men, I don't say it. I'm out of it. I have no opinion on it. I have no opinion on things. I don't know who the best rapper is. You know that better than me. I don't know whether LeBron James is better. Come on. Michael Jordan. I don't give my opinion on what the best is of anything, because that doesn't help me to get more men in this school. I only say what motivates men to be better men. Do that of obligation that I feel to my Lord, who I serve, which is Commanding General Yohana. I have a job I have to do. I'm not talking to talk. Who's the best rapper? Whoever you want to be. Whatever. That's fine with me. That's good. I don't give a damn about any of that. I don't care about things that natural men care about, because I have a job to do that is all consuming. So I watch my word. And guess what else I have to do? I have to handle my business. Handle it. I have to do it. What, you don't have enough men to go to camp? Handle your business. You can't do it? Pass it to a young cat then. Pass it. If you're a camp leader out and you can't grow your camp, give the second in command a shot. Why not? I don't give it. Why not do it? Why not? Let me tell you, young brothers, something I've never told you. Everybody listen carefully. I've never told you this. I don't believe so. You know, I don't go out to camp with you. You go to camp. I don't go. Do you think I don't go because I can't speak? Because I can't? No. I don't go because I want you to go. I want you to feel what I have already felt. I want you to have your chance to speak at camp. I don't want to take up your speaking time. Bro, I can tell you how well y'all was shot. I know that if I go to camp, I'll speak. I'll do it. But I know that you cannot grow if I am over you at camp. You can't grow. I know you need to get on that microphone and speak. So instead, you go and I don't. Now, am I sacrificing that for nothing? I pray not. Handle your business then.
Right.
Get out there and work with your hands and build your camp. This camp was brotherly. They were lax. They didn't have ambition. They didn't want to grow. They weren't hungry to grow their camp. They weren't zealous about, my God, listen, man, we got 10 men. God, we need 30 now. We need 30. We just had 30. If we had a building, if we had a van, if we had a bigger building, if we had more men, Jesus, I got to get out there and do it. These men weren't like that. They were ambitious. That was the problem with Thessalonica. They were good brothers. They loved each other, but they had no ambition. You put all those things together. They talk when they shouldn't. They don't work with their hands. They don't handle their business. That's a lack of ambition. I got to move on. Next.
Sorry, sir. It's 8:57.
Man. All right. Now, let's I don't know if we have time for OJ. Ashley, tell me if I'm wrong. Do we have time for OJ? Who wants to talk about OJ? If does OJ matter? If this doesn't matter, I'll move the hell on. I'm old. You don't know who. You'll think OJ is orange juice, don't you? You don't know what in the hell I'm talking about, do you, Ashley?
Salaki, sir. I would love to hear you talk about OJ.
I appreciate you, Warrior. I told Asher we're going to name the video Let the Juice Loose. He didn't know what in the hell I was talking about. You hear that, Chicago? Asher didn't know what I was saying. I said, let the juice loose. He thought that was a terrible name. Salakia, Asher, you got to listen. That was a long time ago, Asher. That was a phrase. Listen, this cat O.J. Simpson, show me some videos. You have any videos, Asher?
Yeah, I'm about to share one right now.
Play one real fast. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. Go ahead,
talking, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
I have it on mute so you can keep talking.
Oh, Lord, Asher. Let me tell you about this day right here. This is I'll give you a personal story. I was paralyzed from the neck down for a year. I was paralyzed, and I was in the hospital paralyzed for 1 year when this was happening, right? So I'm in a hospital bed, and I'm watching this brother on the TV in the hospital room. This captivated the planet Earth. O.J. Simpson, first his wife was found damn near decapitated, and another man was almost decapitated with her. And when I say almost decapitated, I'll give you words from the police report that the woman's head was hanging off, and it was another man. I forget his name was, what was his name? That cat that was damn near. It was some white boy who was cut to pieces with her.
They said
say again.
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman. So for a week or so, they're trying to figure out who in the hell killed OJ's wife. Everybody is thinking, you better check OJ because OJ was an athlete. He's strong enough to cut that head off, and they're looking for OJ to question OJ. So OJ can't be found. They're looking for OJ. Finally, some cop named Ron Furman went to OJ's house. According to him, he found a bloody glove in OJ's car, or he found enough evidence to arrest OJ. His name was Ron Furman. OJ found out, he went on the run in a white Bronco, which I used to want this white Bronco. I remember thinking, I'm gonna get me a white Bronco one day. OJ went on the run. His best friend Al Collins was driving. OJ was laying down in the back seat. Police are behind him. They're on a low-speed chase through Los Angeles, running down the street. Listen, when people saw it on the news, they started to come out. You see them at the top? They're just watching OJ run. And everybody was screaming, run, OJ, run. Run, OJ, run. Because OJ was a running back for the Buffalo Bills. And he went to Southern Cal University. I think that's the name of it. He was a Heisman Trophy winner and in the Football Hall of Fame. Look at all those police. And they're saying, run, OJ, run. They wanted him to keep going. Everybody thought he might kill himself. Finally, he pulled over in, I think, Al Collins' house. He turned himself in. They arrested Officer Mark Furman, arrested O.J. Simpson for double homicide. It was a big case. Then they decided to put the case on TV. Oh, my God. This is before the internet, Asher. Brother, I was in college. This was on TV in school.
Would you please
in the break room. Go ahead and play if you want to play. Go ahead.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action find.
Wait, stop. Don't play that yet. I ain't there yet, Asher. They arrested OJ. I want Mark Furman's tapes first. So now OJ is on trial. He's on trial. This is the arresting officer. His name was Mark Furman. OJ Simpson had a lawyer. My God, every man from the tribe of Judah loved this lawyer. His name was Johnny Cochran, and he just was the best lawyer in the world. One, he was a brother. He was from the tribe of Judah, and he was zealously defending OJ. The cop that arrested OJ was a known racist, and they played a video of him calling someone the N-word privately. Another black cop had secretly, surreptitiously taped him calling black men the N-word. Johnny Cochran found that audio and played it for the jurors in the OJ trial. Go ahead and play it.
Do you use the word nigger in describing people?
Presently.
Yeah. Oh,
No, sir.
have you used that word in the past 10 years?
Not that I recall, no.
You mean if you called someone a nigger, you have forgotten it?
I'm not sure I can answer that question the way you phrased it, sir.
You have difficulty understanding the question. I'll rephrase it. I want you to assume that perhaps at some time since 1985 or 6, you addressed a member of the African American race as a nigger. Is it possible that you have forgotten that act on your part?
No, it's not possible.
Are you therefore saying that you have not used that word in the past 10 years, Detective Furman?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And you say on your oath that you have not addressed any black person as a nigger or spoken about black people as niggers in the past 10 years, Detective Furman?
That's what I'm saying, sir.
So that anyone who comes to this court and quotes you as using that word in dealing with African Americans would be a liar, would they not, Detective Furman?
Yes, they would.
All of them, correct?
All of them.
All right.
As an officer, he is an officer of the court. He has lied to this court. He is impeached by his own
Your Honor,
witness.
I ask that you put a stop to it. Either put Cordoba on the
Excuse
stand
me, Mr.
or
Bailey.
stop her from telling
Stand up and speak when it's your turn. Mr. Bailey, you can see how agitated he is, has been caught in a lie. And you know something, not in this case, you don't get away with that. There's just too many people watching.
I did not claim that he related the incident to me. I said I spoke to him and I have no doubt that he'll appear. And I don't have any doubt.
Now he's standing up and hair splitting with us. I never said he said this to me. I just said he spoke to me personally. That's nonsense. That shows you what we have over here in the way of ethics.
Asher, do you have the video of him saying nigger, the same cop? If not, I'll fast forward ahead. Guess what happened in the trial? Towards the end of the trial, that same lawyer produced audio tape of Mark Furman calling the people he was arresting niggers. Asher, you don't have that. Hello. Anybody there with me? Oh, you can find that. That's all over the internet. Mark, for the tape, Johnny Cochran played a tape after this of Mark Furman going crazy calling people niggers. First of all, for you brothers that might get arrested, if a lawyer asks you a question like that, he already has the videotape or the audio tape. That's why he's asking. He's asking because he already knows you did it. Well, that happened in the case. After this event, they pulled the audio tape out of Mark Furman calling everybody a nigger. I'll give you 10 seconds to find it. Someone look for it faster as well. No go? Actually, you put me. Actually, we ready to rock. Can you hear me?
Can I hear you, sir?
I'll fast forward. Let me tell you what happened. They played the video for the jurors. They played the video of the cop saying nigger. The jury knew that they couldn't believe anything from this cop after that. They didn't trust him. They believed that he planted evidence on OJ. Why? And here's the important part you need to understand the OJ verdict. OJ was not someone that loved black people. OJ only had sex with white women. OJ was not someone that cared about his brothers or his sisters. The reason so many black people related to OJ is because they related to the oppression of crooked police. All of us could relate to that at that time. All of us knew what it was like for a cop to call us a nigger, to abuse us, to hurt us. So OJ, in essence, became how we all could get back at the abuse from crooked police officers, from cruel oppression. We all could be vindicated if OJ could be vindicated. At that time, it was just so important to black people that one black man finally beat the system. The OJ verdict came out. Then they had a glove. They found a bloody glove that they said was OJ's glove, and it had blood on it. Brother, the district attorney told OJ to put the glove on, and the glove did not fit OJ's ass football hand. And then Johnny Cochran said, if the glove doesn't fit, then you must acquit. First of all, Asher, that rhymed, which meant the tribe of Judah loved it, because the tribe of Judah loves rhyming phrases. Did you know that, Asher? Oh, they love that. Listen, that rhymed. Black people were zealously on the favor of OJ. That was a black man who was on the side of the district attorney. Black people hated him. He was a sellout. Let me fast forward. Now, finally, after this trial, the verdict is coming out. Let me tell you, give me the reaction. OJ. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was with General Mayotte. Brother, every black person was waiting for OJ to go free. Every white person was waiting for him to be convicted. White people just guaranteed he was getting convicted because at this time, no one could imagine a black man beating the system. Black people were praying as if it was them on trial for OJ to go free. Give me the reaction from the people of the verdict, Asher. The people screaming. If you don't have it, I got to give it to you for time's sake, all right? This ain't it, Asher. I need videos of the reaction from people all around the world, all around America. I'll give it to you. It was a day of jubilation. It was the year of Jubilee. Every man from the tribe of Judah and the children of Israel were screaming in the streets for joy. And every white person, yeah, that's how it was. Oh my God, like we were off. Brother, now show me white people.
I think it's great. He deserves to go free. They have no evidence on him.
So much evidence to deliberate for as short as they did and come back with a not guilty verdict. I think it shows the jury was pretty irresponsible. Money can buy you justice, exactly.
Asher, they're stunned.
I think this jury sent a message that the time has come here in Los Angeles and in America that indeed there must be a level playing field for everybody.
And I'm just don't think justice was served. I don't think the jury did their job. I think they knew what they were going to do from the gate. I think it was racist based, and it was racist from the black point of view.
That's enough, Asher. Asher, everyone should go look at that on your own time. Every white person hated it. Every black person loved it. It was such a great day. I was in the world, but it was a great day for a brother in the world. It was. I remember, bro. I can tell you how well y'all was shot. Let me tell you something. White people got to feel what we feel every day. That feeling of the deck is stacked against us. The system is against us. We can't win. It's unfair. We have felt that for thousands of years. White people had one day. You know what they did? They went through OJ in jail for 9 years for nothing. OJ went to someone who had one of his football jerseys. And he said, "Give me my jersey back." That person that he said that to called the cops. They said one of your friends had a gun in his jacket. In his jacket. They put OJ in jail for 9 years for doing what I just said. And brother, I did not elaborate. I'm telling you exactly the charge. Him and his friends walked into a room in Las Vegas. He saw his football jerseys being sold. He said, "How'd you get my jerseys? Give me my jerseys back." That man went to the cops. One of the men there had a gun in his jacket. They arrested all the men. They found out that a man there had a gun in his jacket that he did not pull out. He never pulled it out, but he had it. They arrested OJ for stealing his own jerseys back.
Right.
He did 9 years in jail for that. So we all felt joy, but that joy was ephemeral. It was fleeting. It was 4 seconds. It was like you felt when Obama got made president. I was in the truth by then, but I imagine you probably felt the same thing, right? When Obama became president, Oprah was crying. Jesse Jackson was crying. So I bet you felt the same thing, but it was a fleeting joy, wasn't it? How soon did it leave you? Months later? A year later, it's gone. These things, brother, are a sign. Someone in the headquarters, come on, get you in the back of headquarters. Get them
So if OJ verdict came on the tail end of the Rodney King. You remember Rodney King was like 3 years when they had the riot in LA during that time.
Yes, they did. The Rodney King jury verdict, when the Rodney King cats went free for beating Rodney King to death, and Los Angeles exploded in anger. Headquarters, come on.
Salaki, sir, is so heavy the way that ties in, because just to add some details on what you said, he wasn't just saying nigger on those tapes. He was describing in detail how if he saw a black man with a white woman, he would frame him for a crime. He would do whatever he had to do to frame him for a crime. And then fast forward, the glove, the supposed bloody glove that was his key piece of evidence, he found it by himself in the backyard after he was supposed to be removed from the case. He snuck off, hopped the fence, and then suddenly turned up with his glove. So they heard all of that in order, just like that, in the context of the aftermath for the Rodney King situation.
Give that warrior a hand, because he told the damn truth. If you can, on your own time, go find those videos. Mark Furman said he would plant evidence on niggers. He said it. He said it. And they act like black people made a poor decision. He said, "I plant evidence on niggers who date white women." He said it. Who the hell is OJ? But a nigger that dates white women. The jury knew it in good conscience. They couldn't put him in jail. and they were absolutely right. What I'm trying to help you is that feeling you felt during the OJ trial, that feeling you felt when Barack Obama was elected president, the Bible is trying to offer you that feeling every day of your life. Brakata Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Every day you could feel that. Every day you could feel what? Who can read my mind? Who can give me the answer? Whoever did this, Zadok, do you know? If you don't know, say you don't know. Who can give me the everyday, even the next question?
He said it at the same time.
At the same time. Well said, Akim. Dictation. Oh, God. Jesus, I just want it so bad. I'm willing to put my hands to work. I'm willing to watch my words for it. I'm willing to handle my business for it. You understand? For vindication, Ak. Vindication. You need ambition to be vindicated up. A feeling is fleeting. A feeling is that moment. Ruling the world is something that your grandchildren will appreciate. Everyone understands. All right, now Passover, Dean. Okay, Akim, the Passover is next week. How many days until the Passover, Ephraim?
8, right?
Well, let me tell you what happened today. As you know, for last year's Passover, the Amalekite community, right, the false tribe of Judah, they were calling the venues every day, trying to cancel our Passover. Of course, we had our Passover last year. For about 5 years straight, members of the IUIC have been our Passover venue trying to cancel our venue. When it was in Texas, they called and they said, I work for Commanding General Yohana. I want to cancel the Passover this year. The person answered the phone and said, are you sure? He hung up. But then it felt strange to him and he said, let me just fly. Then he called Captain Yatazak. He said, one of your members just called and said the Passover was canceled. Is that true? Yatazak couldn't believe it. Come to find out it was the purple pigs, the IUIC. Guess what happened yesterday? Yesterday, the owners of the venue we're having the all-black party at, they called Captain Zakar out of headquarters. And they said, I just want to confirm. I heard a rumor that you're going to be sacrificing a goat at the all-black party. Someone called and said, you're going to do an act party. We're not zoned for that. We can't do it. We can't let you sacrifice a goat at the all-black party. Zakar said, what? Yeah, somebody called. Somebody. They could probably smell the purple through the phone. They could smell the LGBT through the phone. Called our all-black party and the venue and said, we're going to sacrifice a goat in the all-black party. That happened today. Do you understand how important it is that you attend the all-black party?
Right.
That you attend the Passover, that you attend the Feast of Bread, that you attend mandatory class, and all of the other activities that are under attack every year. You come to the Passover, the true Passover, that's held directly and correctly according to the day. You are making not only a personal statement, but you're making a political statement about who your allegiance is with. You're deciding that you will be counted with them that serve God. And this world does not want you to come to the Passover. They don't want it. They don't want it to happen. You're making a political statement by walking through the door, by saying, I'm here. They said we were going, they told me y'all were going to sacrifice goats at the all-black party. I'm here. They told me it was canceled. I'm here. Do you know that the Passover venue this year said they canceled the Passover? We found another place. They canceled us. They said we couldn't have it. They told us when? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that we had Passover venues. We got up on our feet and we switched. And thanks to Officer Isupk, he went and arranged for us to have a Passover at some ranch out there in North Carolina. But the Passover venue canceled us, and we're still coming. We still are having it. Now, why are we here today? We're too close to the Passover now. If you're having problems, you must tell somebody. Is there anyone out there that has not received their receipt for paying their Passover fee? Raise your hand if you've heard of someone who has paid and not received their receipt. Okay, good. Is there anyone out there that is unaware of where the Passover will be? Are you unaware of the change that happened with the Passover? Raise your hand. Okay, so everyone knows where the Passover will be. Atlanta, where's the Passover going to be? Pull it up on your phone. Someone else tell me, where else are we having? Go ahead, Atlanta.
So, like I said, if I could, I'm seeing the flyer on my phone. It says new location, 219 Free Gospel Road, Snow Hill, North Carolina, zip code 28580.
Give him a hand. That's where the Passover is going to be, right? Now, listen, you better stay stuck to your phone and stay stuck to your camp leader, because they might change the all-black party. I don't know. They might call and say, listen, we heard you were going to sacrifice a virgin in the middle of the all-black party, so we're not letting you have it there. They might say that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know this. I'm making the pilgrimage to North Carolina for the past, up in town, in the city. Now, when I get to North Carolina, I'll let General Hazayan, Captain Akad Abraham, Captain Nayafak, I'll let them tell me where I'm teaching my class. I'll show up there. I'll let them tell me where the all-black party is. I'll let them tell me where the children go to have fun, where the sisters are going to have a good time, where the Passover will be. You show up to North Carolina. You make it there. And don't let anything stop you. Some of you don't have the money. Some of you are out there Ubering right now because you don't have the money. You're working overtime. You're making sacrifices. Well done. Well done, first of all. But you know what you better do? If you don't have the money, you better show up. See what you can do to make up the money. Show up to the town. Get every penny that you can get. And then if you fall short, show up to the town. You're not alone. You have brothers and sisters that love you. Show up and find out. Show up and find out how many people love you. You show up to that town. You show up to North Carolina. You make the pilgrimage because Satan doesn't want it to happen, which means I must do it. You must do it. And we must be together. Everyone understands. If you're having, I can think how I was shot. You might be having any problems. Tell me now. If you don't know how you're getting there, you talk to your camp leader. If you can't get your camp leader on the phone, go to the next person in rank, the rank of below him or above him. Get someone on with you because I need a way to get there. I don't want to get there. I don't have a receipt. I don't have the money. You do it. Work with your hands. Handle your business. Do it. You camp leaders. You should be trying to bring everything you can to the Passover to prove your quality. You should be trying your best. That's up to you, though. You should be making sure you're contacting all of your people saying, did you get your receipt? Are you ready to rock? Do you have transportation? You should be trying to get them to prove your quality. The people under you should be trying to do their part to prove their quality, because this world doesn't want it to happen. It's happening nonetheless by the power of Yahweh Shai. We've been doing this for so long in this kingdom and in the old world. We've done this at peril of our lives. We're going to do it this year again. We're going to do it again. Any question? Tell me now. Anyone online, you're having a problem. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what the venue changes are. You can't get in contact with your camp leader. No one has returned your calls. You don't have the money. Say something. Open your mouth. Want it. Be ambitious. Want to show. Young warrior, give him the microphone in headquarters.
So, yes, sir. Yes. As a young man, months into this, I am not sure if there's of the various modes of transportation. Is there a car, for example, carpooling, charter bus? Is there a payment pay up front in total, or even a week or two after? Because this pilgrimage is a new process for me, but I have the fortitude to sacrifice. But for others in my same situation, could you elaborate on that, sir? Please.
No problem. I'm assuming you're assigned to the New York camp. Is that correct?
I am, sir.
Who's the highest ranking, the senior brother in that room tonight? Does anyone know?
Captain Shemawala, sir.
Captain Shemawala, this man needs your help with getting to the Passover. Are you up to task?
No, sir.
Talk to Captain Shemawala, warrior. He'll get you to the Passover if you want to go.
The water, sir. Most High in Christ. Thank you.
Give him a hand. Kwashar Bunya Hawada. Kwashar Bunya Hawada, you talk to the camp leader in your city. You talk to him. What city are you in, Kwashar? Anyone else having problems? Hold on, let me read this from Salakia. Can we still pay the fee at the door? Yes, you can pay the fee at the goddamn door. Pay it at the door. Yes, you can. If you don't have the money until that night, pay the fee that night. Don't you know this? For every brother and sister that pays the fee, there's more money available for the brothers and sisters that can't pay the fee.
Right.
That's how this nation works. If you have it, pay it. Pay it. Why? Because then there's more money available for the brothers and sisters that can't pay. And there are brothers and sisters that are impoverished and they don't have the money. And we will cover them because you paid your way, because you work hard, because you handle your business. Kwashar, you're in Virginia. You talk to the captains in Virginia, Captain Nashad. Anybody? Is anyone from Virginia in the chat room right now? Any officers in Virginia? Step up and say something in the chat room. If you're an anointed priest in the state of Virginia, let me hear you right now. Stand by, Kwashar. Anything else? Ephraim, you got it.
Slakia, sir. I did pay my Passover fee, but regarding the receipt, did it come through the email, sir?
Hell if I know. You gotta know.
How
long have you been waiting for your receipt?
Well, Slakia, I should have it. I'll double check. I should have it.
Are you saying? Do you have it or not? Are you waiting and never came? Explain.
I don't know. That's why but my emails are very backed up, sir.
All right, someone get General Someone General Hazayan on the phone. Have him call in.
Counselor, Slack, if I may.
Go ahead, Asher.
The receipt will be sent via PayPal notification.
Okay, let me get Katazar. Katazar, call in.
Salaki, sir, I'm in the room, sir.
Oh, Salaki Katazar. Katazar, someone called me today and said that they paid their fee, but they didn't get their receipt. Do you know anything about that?
I do not, sir.
Levi?
If I may, I don't want the receipt. When you pay, it asks you to enter an email. So the receipt goes to that email. So what the person can do, they can simply email, and there's a search bar. They could search PayPal, and it will show them all the PayPal transaction that they had. They could just search for around the date.
Okay, let's see if it's working. Is there anyone out there that paid? They checked their email and they are waiting for their receipt and it has not come in. Is this a problem or not? I'll wait for someone to tell me it is a problem. If you don't say it is a problem, then it's not a problem. Are you having a problem getting the receipt after you pay? Give them 15 seconds. All right. No problem. Ephraim, you got to check your email, all right?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It's Captain Katazai. And what I would say is also, if maybe you don't have PayPal, check your spam. A lot of times, email go to spam. Just search your entire inbox.
There you go. What did those comments say up on the screen? They left too fast. I missed those. Ephraim. What they said? Darius Harrod said, your receipt should be in your email. All right, Darius. Who else? Captain Ariel said receipt should be in your email or in PayPal records. All right. Okay, Akim, look for your receipt, Akwakim. Go in there and find it. How's it hard?
So another issue might be with navigating your email. You know, you just go in the top and you just put an ISUPK in your search bar in your email. It should scan through it, or put Israelite or Israelite school and try those. Put Passover in your search bar in your email. It should filter it out.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice, Azahar. Malakia 1000 said, Salakia, sir, are we able to pay a few weeks after the Passover? That one I'd have to check. I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't see why. Lord knows I want your money, every effing penny. So yes. Let me just say yes, Kadazai. Is that all right? Kadazai, he's involved in the department. I'm not in the department. That's not my department. But I am in the take all your effing money department. That's my department. So if you don't have the money, then I'm sure that there can be an arrangement made for you to pay a couple of weeks after the Passover. Commanding General Yohana is kind. Commanding General Yohana, listen, if not for him, listen, he would just you wouldn't pay anything if it was up to him. But Commanding General Yohana, in his mercy and humility, he listens to cruel men like me who want you to pay, out the goddamn nose. Want you to pay. So you got to pay. So I'm going to say yes, that you can pay after the Passover. But once again, you better be sincere about it. If you pay after the Passover, it better be something that you had to do. Okay, and the Most High will be judged between you and your own heart. So if you can't pay until 2 weeks after the Passover, then that's when you have to pay. Okay, but you better be trying to pay before the Passover to get that receipt, because there are so many people that don't have it. If you have capability, you better have it. You better have it before the Passover. No matter what, you show up to that city. You show up. Who is this? Shasha Magun. I'm sorry, say again? Oh, that's General Kabbalah Mob, Salaki. General Kabbalah Mob said cash at the door, debit card, credit card is accepted on PayPal. You heard that. Show up with a damn credit card. Show up. Find a way to get it done. Work with your hands. Handle your business.
Right.
Do it. Let me give you a little secret of our oppressors. Our oppressors, when they're in Esau's military, they force them to make up their beds every day. Who knows about that? In the white man's military, in our oppressor's military, every morning they get up, they have to make their bed. I remember years ago when I asked the brother, and I said, because I didn't understand, I said, why do they care if their personal bed is made up? When I was young, it made sense to me why, even in Iraq, in Afghanistan, they have to make their beds. And let me tell you what this cat told me. He said it's because in your oppressor's military, they want this cat to have a goal he accomplishes every day, just to get him in the habit of making accomplishments. So every day he gets up out of bed, he makes his bed, he folds the sheets, he tucks it in tight. Every day he polishes his shoes, not because the bed matters, but because it matters when you are in a habit of accomplishments. So many of us have never accomplished anything in life. You're a I could have been nigga, aren't you? You know, I could have did this. I could have did that. You know what drug dealers will say? Drug dealers say, you know, I could have took my same skills and been in the corporate world. I could have been, you ever heard a drug dealer say that? I could have been, you know, in a Fortune 500 company. I could have been a millionaire. No, you couldn't have. You couldn't have. That's why you didn't. You didn't, and you went to jail for 10 years because that was your only option. You could have never did what you do in the corporate world because you don't have the sense of discipline and accomplishment to do something so tedious, so slow, that has such gain. Get in the habit of making an accomplishment. Do a thing. Now, here you are today. You want to make it to the Passover. If you don't make it, that will be quite normal with your life because you also didn't graduate high school and you also didn't go to college. You also didn't do that business you planned on. And you also didn't do this. And you also didn't do that. And you have an excuse for everyone that makes you feel better at night. Here is a thing you can do. It's not impossible. And you can get in this habit that could catapult your entire life into great achievement. Here's your goal, UPK 1 West. Get to North Carolina. Get there. Find a way. Pay the Passover fee. Find a way. Be at every event. Find a way. And then I'll tell you what you can do next. I will tell you what's next if you can do this. With that, Rockefeller, how are you? How was shy? Let's pass the class over. What's your name, warrior?
Ishaya Allah, Officer Ishaya Allah.
Let's pass the class over to Officer Ishaya. Someone else can cover the class, all right? Cover the class next Monday. The next class I teach, I will teach in North Carolina. Call me Yashar Allah.
We'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imajim. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat. Imajim Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Imajim Atah. Class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. Tune in to the Round Table of Truth this Friday at 8 p.m. Central, where we will be going over some heavy topics.
Open the door now! Open the door now! Open the door now!
Followed by another special guest, our very own UPK sister, Kwame Da, will be sitting down with the captain of 13,000 Mawa Quad to talk about her tragic loss of her son, the violence and disparities growing up in Chicago, and how all those things brought her into the truth. You do not want to miss this show, Israel. Shalom.